is like a Bermuda Triangle in the skies of Yemen, swallowing American aircraft that dare to enter, and those that escape never return again. Old radars have come back to life, and Russian and Iranian missiles lie in silent wait. A hidden trap where American drones fall one after another. For the first time, Israel was forced to fall back its stealth F-35s from Yemeni skies, limiting itself to launching missiles from the sea, fearing that history would record the first downing of a stealth jet over Sana'a. The question that imposes itself: what are these systems that turned Yemen's skies into a deadly trap, swallowing American aircraft, and how did the skies of Yemen become forbidden for Israeli warplanes? The Great Fall. This is how the Pentagon lost its eye in the sky. Yemeni skies were never just a passing ground for American drones as Washington imagined. Since 2019, MQ-9 Reapers have been falling one after another, as if hunted in invisible nets, but the situation reached its peak in recent years, when the incidents turned from isolated crashes into a continuous chain of aerial disasters. These ambushes began in November 2023, when US Central Command admitted the downing of one of its drones over the Red Sea by a locally modified surface-to-air missile, followed by another in August the same year over the city of Damar. Although both incidents were surrounded by ambiguity, military indicators pointed to Yemeni modified versions of the all-Soviet SAM-6 system, refurbished with modern Iranian radars and new guidance systems. As the conflict escalated after 2023, more systems entered the battlefield. Yemeni military media documented the use of Fatr-1 missiles, a locally improved SAM-6 with a range of around 70 km. Short-range missiles such as Thaqib-2 and Thaqib-3 also appeared, adapted from the Russian R-73 and R-27 air-to-air technology, repurposed for ground launch with locally developed thermal and radar seekers. The range drops to only 24 km when launched from the ground compared to air-to-air launches, but their danger lies in the silent infrared seeker and its strong tracking ability. Deployed in mobile launchers, they became ideal weapons for hunting predictable targets, especially MQ-9 drones that cruise at non-operational altitudes. These missiles carry small warheads, around 8 kg on the R-73 variant and up to 39 kg on the R-77 and R-27 types, enough to shred the frame of a large drone with a single hit. The Great Fall of American drones reaches its climax in March 2025 with the introduction of the SOC-1 missile, known internationally as the 358. It's not just a missile that flies straight, it's a looping hunter, more like a kamikaze drone, responsible for downing 7 MQ-9s in less than 6 weeks. SOC-1 launches with a rocket booster, then switches to a small turbojet engine, allowing it to loiter in waiting patrols above the battlefield. Equipped with electro-optical thermal sensors, it dives on American aircraft the moment they enter its radar range. The missile is about 2.7 meters long, fitted with an 11 kg fragmentation warhead. It cruises at nearly 700 km per hour, with an operational range of 100 km, capable of downing aircraft flying at altitude of up to 8.5 km. With the Houthis deploying SOC-1, the series of MQ-9 crashes escalated dramatically between 2024 and 2025. In depth, the Houthis also rely on the Soviet-era S-75 and S-125 batteries, whose echoes once thundered over Vietnam and Sinai half a century ago. Now revived in the mountains of Yemen, no longer just rusty relics. They have been transformed with Iranian upgrades into long fangs, chasing American and Israeli aircraft, forcing them out of Yemeni skies. The Houthi air defense network depends on the P-18 radar as an early warning eye to scan the skies and detect low RCS targets. The P-19 then stabilizes the track and filters high-speed or maneuvering targets, while the PRV-13 adds precise altitude data, completing the target picture in the air. In other sectors, Iranian radars such as Qasif and Mirage strengthen the picture, giving the Houthis three-dimensional tracking and stronger anti-jamming capabilities. The result, raw detection data, is transformed into a confirmed kill track, delivered to the launch units at the right moment. The result is simple. The usual air corridors are no longer safe. If an American or Israeli drone climbs higher to avoid traditional anti-air artillery, it enters Fateh's range. If it flies lower, it falls into Thaqib ambushes or Saqr 1's kill zone. Any mistake in flight path or operating a route quickly turns into a mature track handed from the radar net to the appropriate weapon system. Yemen, the forbidden skies for Israelis' Adir jets. When it was Israel's turn to strike Yemen, the picture was much clearer. American experience had already proven that Yemeni skies were packed with dangers. For Tel Aviv, losing even one F-35 Adir stealth fighter would have been a devastating military and political scandal. In its latest strike, Israel chose a different approach. Instead of sending its jets into Yemeni airspace, Sa'ar 6 warships in the Red Sea fired long-range precision weapons such as Seabreaker and Gabriel V missiles. These were launched from beyond Yemen's air defense umbrella, directly striking targets in Sana'a. But the military decision was itself an admission. Yemeni airspace was no longer safe, even for stealth Adirs. Houthis' defenses had previously downed American and Israeli drones, including Hermes 450 and Heron. Hebrew reports that Iranian-backed technology in Yemen had shown unexpectedly strong capabilities to threaten regional airspace. Today, Yemen's sky looked like an open laboratory of resurrected Soviet-era missiles, hybridized with Iranian engineering, reshaped into a deterrent weapon whose true reach remain unknown to the United States, yet feared by some of the world's most powerful militaries. America has already taken the bait, and Israel avoided confrontation under US pressure. But for how long? The final question for you, dear viewer: will the Middle East witness the first ever downing of F-35 stealth fighters over Sana'a? Please let us know your opinion by telling us in the comments.